Hello, my dear viewers. Let's just jump straight into it because this is my review on Devil May Cry 5. It's the first Devil May Cry game I've played, but I gotta tell you, it's just an amazing game. And I am gonna play the fourth one after this video. But to jump straight into it, I want to start with the soundtrack. The soundtrack is just amazing. They're peak songs. Uh, just fits the game really well, and they're just bangers to listen to during combat. And Casey Edwards and Matthew Johnson, great work, great music. And about the gameplay, it's smooth and responsive, and it just feels really, well, yeah, smooth and good to play with. And what I also love about the gameplay is that there are various enemy types, and some need different combos or techniques to be, yeah, taken down. And to get back to the soundtrack, I still got Devil Trigger and Buried Delight stuck in my head because that they're just too good to listen to. And now my third point, the graphics. It's very well optimized, and it just looks like new. Like if this game was released today, you would believe it. That's how good the game looks. And it's a very well optimized game. It runs very great even on lower end GPUs or lower end PCs. So yeah, just plug and play. It's really simple. You don't really have to worry about your specs or whatever. And before we get into the story, I would like to talk about the locations where the game takes place in. First off, Redgrave City, the city you find the demons in for the most of the game, and it's inspired by London. To me personally, it's not really a unique location for me. It doesn't really give off something special or unique. It's just a bit generic and not really different to me. I might be wrong because maybe Redgrave City has some lore, but at least looks and feels wise, it's not really that special. It's very generic in my opinion. But the demonic tree does make that up because just the vibe, that is something unique. Like the blood everywhere, and it fits the game more in my opinion. I don't know if I could say that, only because I only played the Devil May Cry 5 and not the rest yet. I don't know if I'm in a position to tell that, but in my opinion, the demonic tree fits the game more. And the third location I want to talk about is, of course, near the end where you fight Virgil. Is the on top of the demonic tree, and I think that one is the prettiest looking, well, location you're fighting in because it's all the way in the sky. The skybox looks beautiful, and it just it's just a good location for a final battle. Well, now let's get into the story. The story is basically stop the demon uprising in Redgrave City, and each character has their own reason to be there. For example, Nero wants revenge on the demon who ripped off his arm, as you can see in the beginning of the story. Dante uh, also wants to stop the Demon King and the demon invasion. And V is there to reunite with Virgil because V is the human half of Virgil. And they all try to stop the invasion, only for V to betray them and become part of Virgil. Of, aka make him whole again. And they uncover that Urizen and V are the two halves of Virgil, not now back together to Virgil's full form. In the end, Dante and Virgil try to kill each other, with Nero stopping them both and getting his Devil Trigger form, with Nero explaining that killing each other isn't the answer. While Dante and Virgil don't fully agree, they leave Nero behind to be with Nico and the upper world, the normal world, to save that. while Dante and Virgil go back to the underworld to stop the demon invasion once and for all. And before all of this, um, when you defeat Urizen in the, well, half of the game, Dante tells Nero that, well, the Demon King, aka Virgil, is his father. And Dante doesn't want Nero to kill his old man. And it's just interesting to see how the story unfolds, and that by the end of the game it's more about the family. And I think that's just great. Um, Now I want to talk about the weapons. There's a wide variety of weapons, and I like that. And with that, you can also do multiple combos, and each character has their own iconic weapon. And all of them are, well, most of them are very fun to use. What I also love is the Devil Trigger, and it reveals the characters who they really are, and unleashes their demonic power. Not only that, but it only boosts their power and strength, and it also gives you faster healing, which is very neat in my opinion. Now for the characters. You got Dante, a veteran demon hunter with loyalty to his allies. And then you got Nero, determined, cares about his allies and friends, that doesn't really give up easily. He keeps on pushing till the end. And then you got V, mysterious and fragile, because he needs, well, his pets to say, to kill the demons for him while he does the final blow. AKA he's also Virgil's human half. And then you got Nicole. Also cares about his friends, but mostly about Nero. And she's just a cool engineer. And then you got Virgil, cold-hearted, with his desire for power. And he's also Dante's brother, but I guess most of you already knew that. And the characters have something unique. Each character has something unique, and I like how the game shows that. And I also like the character development in this game, and where they will end up in the end of the story, or basically the whole story. And now I want to go over to my favorite guns and characters. First of which is Devil Trigger and Bury the Light, which are my favorite songs of these games. They're just also, they still are stuck in my head because they're such bangers and they're peak songs. And Dante being my favorite character because of his iconic pistols and guns, and overall his looks and how he is, his charm. And those pistols are called Ebony and Ivory. They look fantastic, iconic, and I'm more of a gun person, so that's also the guns I mostly use while playing as Dante. Next to that, Beowulf, the Devil Arms, and I think they're just a very neat and cool melee weapon. And then you got Devil Sword Dante. Same again, sick melee weapon, fun to use, and just brutal. And then you got, sorry if I butchered this name, Cafiere, aka Dante's bike. It's just a sick melee weapon to use when you just rev that motorbike up a demon's head and just smash his head with it, or something like that. You know, multiple combos. And then you got Yamaru, Virgil's sword. It's just truly iconic and also just very fun to use. And another pistol is Blue Rose, Nero's personal revolver. And I think it's just a very cool sounding weapon, very good and fun to use. Before I close off this video, I want to say one more thing. I also love the character designs, you know, their clothes, because their trench coats, they just look very cool. I just like it, and I just love the character designs, basically. And that is it. All in all, big game. I can definitely recommend it if you haven't played already. But yeah, that is it. If you have any tips for me, leave me let me know in the comments, or if I said something wrong about the story or character, also let me know. And besides that, I wish all of you a great day, and till the next time.